Young Kuo was in alert position. He met the old monster eye to eye. Today, he must defeat old monster, for if not, he would lose Xiao Long Ni, the little dragon lady. This was one of the stories that my grandfather told me when I was very, very young. Grandfather Tan Eng Guan was a taxi driver. Prior to this, he was a lorry driver. Grandfather to the neighbors was a kind and benign person. However, he has his weaknesses. He was a chain smoker and indulged in gambling, leaving a pile of debts to clear. However, he was a very kind person to the family members, like me, his grandson. Now, this is grandfather, my Tang Eng Guan. We'll move on to the next segment of a story. Now, rain or shine, grandfather will come to my primary school to fetch me home. It was the clarion call for me to go home, and I looked with joy whenever I see the hooting sound of my grandfather's taxi. Back then, it was the Pa Ong Chia, the private taxi, all right? And Kat Bing, my neighbor, who was also my schoolmate, would go into the back of his taxi, and grandfather would again tell us stories of his encounters with his customers. Now, in his free time, grandfather would love to listen to stories via radiofusion by this very famous Hokkien storyteller called Ong To. Alright, Ong To was a very famous storyteller, and after he had listened to the story, he would tell us, his grandchildren, mystical and enchanting stories of the days of yore, the dragon kings, the heroes and the heroines, the princes and the princess. That had a pronounced effect on me. For today, I'm telling you a story, and also my love for reading history and writing. Now, one of the stories he told me, I vividly remember, was a story of the Moon Lady. The Moon Lady, also known as Chang'e. Once in the world, once upon a time, there were 9 suns, and it was sweltering and very hot. The unbearable heat had caused many people in the world to perish. A brave man by the name of Ho Yi managed to shoot down 8 of the sons, leaving only one behind. Soon, he became the emperor of the entire kingdom. However, greed overcame Ho Yi, and he wanted to live an immortal life. So, he asked the people in the kingdom to come up with a magic pill. Many of them died. The compassionate Chang'e, his wife, decided to take the pill in herself, and she flew to the moon with the rabbit. Today, some Chinese still believe that Chang'e lived in the moon with her beloved rabbit. In his leisure and his free time, grandfather would bring his grandchildren to Katong Park, and then he would tell us enchanting stories yet again of that is associated with the sea. You can see Katong Park, and then in the next slide you will see my ending story. Now, when I was in primary 3, I came in first in class and third in standard. Grandfather wanted to buy a present for me. He was very glad that I had done well. So because he didn't have enough money, he only bought me a box of colored pencils, and he told me to study hard and to lead a worthy life. Grandfather died at the untimely age of 54 years old. Back then, I was still in school, performing my prefectorial duties. Grandfather, I was told, wanted to see his eldest grandson for the very first time. But I could not, and so he could not wait either, so he breathed his last. Though I spent 8.5 years of my life with my doting grandfather, I would always cherish his love, his unwavering love and unstinting love, care and concern for me. I will always remember these 8.5 years, especially when he was my only protector, when I had to bear the beatings of my temperamental mother. Grandfather's passing on left a big and deep void and vacuum in my life. Thank you, grandfather, for the love and care you have given and showered on me. Thank you, grandfather.